So, last classes we discussed about Krishna's sweet childhood pastimes, right? And we had discussed Krishna started crawling, and while he was how old that he killed the first demoness? Putna? He was
5
only
months old.
5 days old.
Five
He was
days.
only 5 days old. Then who was the next demon he killed?
Shatkasur. He was
Shatkasur.
2 to 3
3 months old. Yeah. So right now we are discussing all the childhood pastimes of Krishna. So he was crawling. Now slowly, once you start, once a child starts growing up a little bit, he stops crawling and he starts walking. So now we are going to discuss what Krishna did when he started walking. Now,
what was Krishna's age when he killed Trinavarta?
he was few months old. He was just 3 months old. Okay. So now Krishna is playing in Vrindavana and everybody is enjoying those sweetness, that sweet pastimes with Krishna. You know, all the gopis and everything, and everybody comes out of their own houses and they want to see what Krishna is doing. So you know the gopis, they all want to call Krishna to their homes, and they said, Krishna, come, and Krishna, you know, he's always hungry for, or he's always wanting to have butter and buttermilk. Those are the two things that Krishna really likes.
But how fat? Why didn't he get fat?
Because he does a lot of physical exercise also. He goes out in the morning, you know, Mother Yashoda packs his picnic lunch for him, and he goes out into the forest and he takes these cows into the forest to graze.
When he was 3 months old?
No, he was a little big, he was like 5 years old. Then he would go to the forest. So that's like lot of physical exercise. He would leave in the morning and come back in the evening. So the whole day he was out. And those days there were no gadgets. So you would be in nature all the time, and they would play all these physical games of running and, you know, hide and seek.
Like we cycle.
Sorry?
Pakram Pakrai.
Yeah, Pakram Pakrai, climbing up the trees,
I can
you know,
also climb.
swimming in the Yamuna river. So these are all physical exercise. Krishna wouldn't sit. Only in the afternoon, after they had their lunch, they would sit under the shade of a tree and relax and take a nap. Okay? While the other gopis and all his friends and sakhas would massage his feet. So that's why, because of the physical exercise, he would never grow fat, even after eating so much butter. And remember, in those days, there was a lot of purity in the milk and the ghee products and all the curd and all the milk products. There was a lot of purity. Everything was very pure. There was no chemicals. There were no, preservatives.
When I went to a doctor, and there he told that he only drink milk when he's out of India, in other country, because he said that in India there's a lot of mixture in milk.
Yes. So we are not getting pure things these days, right?
Even I also drink milk when I go out to work on, like Jaipur, Savai Madhopur, where my boy lives, and there I only drink milk.
Yeah.
Because it's not having a lot of preservatives, which is why I vomit on drinking the milk here.
Yeah, exactly. So then Krishna used to go, and then the gopis used to call him, come, Krishna, you want buttermilk, you want butter. And Krishna was like a small baby, like a 1-year-old, and Krishna would go running to their house and they would say, Acha, we will give you this buttermilk only if you dance for us. So Krishna would dance for these gopis, and then the gopis used to chidhao him, bully him and say, Acha, we will give you some more, please dance a little more. Imagine the Lord of the universe, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whose pores all the universes have come out. The person who has created this entire world is dancing for a little bit of chach. Can you imagine? But this is the reciprocation he is having with the gopis and the Vrajavasis who love him, who don't think that he's God, but they have a special attraction towards him. So these kind of pastimes he used to have with his friends.
Were glasses invented that time?
Which glasses?
Glasses.
Yeah, glasses. Yeah, they had these pottery glasses, and they had these glasses made up of gold and silver.
They put like water in gada, mitti ka gada.
Yeah, so they used to use all
They
these
didn't-
natural products.
They didn't use fridge for.
No, steel was not invented.
They didn't use fridge for just cooling the water.
Yeah, they would have everything fresh.
Matkas.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We also
So-
use matkas. We gave
And then the gopis used to tease him that Krishna had a golden line on his chest. That is where Lakshmi Devi resides, in his chest. Vishnu has a line on his chest, a golden line, and Lakshmi Devi resides over there. She lives over there. So obviously Krishna was born with all these potencies, right? So the gopis used to make fun of him. That Krishna, what is this line, golden line on your chest? Is this where your wife resides? Just like jokingly they would say. So Krishna would say yes, 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 but they wouldn't believe. Like 1-year-old saying yes, they wouldn't believe. They would just joke, and Krishna would also joke, and then they would laugh. So these kind of sweet pastimes they would have with each other. And then there was some old gopis also. Okay, and yeah, Purnamashi was an old gopi. She was Madhumangal's grandmother. Madhumangal is Krishna's sakha, Krishna's friend.
who loves eating mangoes.
Yeah, and he's a Brahmin and he's a friend of Krishna. They're very close to each other, and he loves eating. And all these old gopis, sometimes they get tired, so they sit under the shade of the tree and they would say, "Hare Krishna, can you please fetch me fetch me some water? Fetch me like a clay pot or a drinking cup." And Krishna,
So, but the buttermilk things won't be like this.
Hmm.
It won't be like this. So fancy.
Yeah. So they would say, how mamas tell you in the house, please give me a glass of water. Similarly, the older gopis would ask Krishna that please fetch me some glass of water, please fetch me a clay pot or something, fetch me something. And Krishna was such a little one, he wouldn't be able to balance so many things in his hands, and he would walk a little bit, balance a little bit on his cute little belly, and then pause a little bit because he would get tired, he's not able to hold on to everything, then he would put something down.
How will you balance something in a
Like 3 things. If I tell you to,
stomach, you
like
walk
this.
like this.
he would balance, like suppose he's holding 2 glasses and he's holding a clay pot, so he would balance it like this. The clay pot is stuck to his belly.
See,
I can balance a ball on
Yeah,
my
but
head.
he's only 1-year-old. We have to remember he's only 10 months, 1-year-old. Such a small baby. But he would do everything for his devotees, for the Vrajvasis, whatever they are asking. So then, Sunanda and Nanda Maharaj's brother's wife would scold that old gopi that, why are you asking such a small baby to do all these things? He's such a small baby, look how is he balancing, he's not able to hold, his hands are so small. So these kind of cute things, sweet things would happen to with Krishna. And the Vrajvasis would love him a lot. They really liked talking to Krishna, looking at his naughtiness, and one day Krishna started crying. He told Yashoda Maya that I want this moon. He would see the white moon coming out in the sky in the evening, almost at night. He would say, I want the moon. So Yashoda Maya would tell him stories, no, we shouldn't ask for the moon. Then he said, why shouldn't I ask for the moon? She said that moon has been influenced by the poison. He said, how can moon have some influence of the poison? Then Mother Yashoda would tell him stories of churning of the ocean. We have this story in Bhagavatam also, like how the devatas and the demigods and the asuras, how they were fighting with each other,
for the nectar.
and then they all came together to get the nectar out of the ocean, and they were churning. So Mother Yashoda told Krishna that when they were churning, first thing that came out was the Kalakut poison, and after the Kalakut poison, the moon came out. So little bit of influence the moon had, the poison had on the moon. So you should not ask for the moon. So Krishna, he was such a cute. He would also nod his head and he would say, yes, Mama, yes,
I heard
Yashoda
a,
Maiya.
a story where they told that Shivji's neck there is sort of.
Yeah.
I have,
Yeah.
I have a book on that.
Yeah.
I have
So
a
he's
book on
called
that.
Neelkant.
Can I
It's
tell,
like it's
can I
a
tell-
storybook. Not
can
a
I
book.
can I tell you how the snakes got their poison? You know?
But I know actually. I don't know how they got the poison, but I do know how they got the fogged tongue.
So when the churning of the ocean was happening, then Shivji was supposed to drink the poison. So a few drops of poison fell from Shivji's hand. So then all the snakes, scorpions, and everything drank it.
Yeah, that's written
What
in the
is yours?
Bhagavatam.
What is
That's
yours?
written in the Bhagavatam.
I didn't know this one, but I knew it as scientific.
Okay, can we move forward now? So then he would agree. He would agree with Yashoda Maiya. Okay, I don't want the moon. Yashoda Maiya would feel relieved that because no one can go get the moon for their baby, right? So these kind of stories they used to say before going to sleep. Everything Yashoda Maiya used to recite stories from Ramayana, from the Puranas, and make Krishna go to sleep at night. And then and she really loved dressing up Krishna. So every morning she would bathe Krishna, rub him with nice scented oils, and then would make him wear beautiful garments, silk garments and yellow color silk garments. Yashoda Maiya would make Krishna wear, and then would make him wear a lot of jewelry because he was after all a prince, right? He was a prince of Vrindavan. So Mother Yashoda used to dress him very opulently. And then but Krishna would not like so much jewelry and all because he wanted to play in the mitti of Vraja, and he didn't like so many jewelry and so many bangles, so he would just open everything and throw it, and Mother Yashoda would I've dressed you up so nicely and you are just going in the mud and you putting all mud over your body. But this is how Krishna would love. He would love to play in nature. He just loved to make those mud houses with his friends, and they would make a proper town, with mud. They would make towns like how you see when you read in history, those towns of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, those kind of beautiful towns. Krishna and his sakhas and his friends would make, with cities and flags on the houses.
I thought Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were after.
Yeah, I'm just giving you an example, a contemporary example like that. They would make it, with the great bath and everything else, houses, courtyards.
It was like they were pre-designing the cities.
Yeah, exactly.
Before they
No, because
Like a
even
blueprint.
Gokul, there was Mathura city and all, so they knew what the city is all about, and they would make that game that they would make it with mud houses and all, and then
Mud house.
yeah, they would use mitti, gili mitti, and they would make it.
Yeah, I also love nature
Yeah,
because now when we went cycling
yeah,
on a path. Like one side was a khai and one side was a mountain. They were riding between the path. And there was all fresh air, oxygen, and we could hear. There was not any electrical sounds allowed because like the sound of the nature was actually
yeah.
like a
The
song.
bird sounds, yes,
I
yes.
actually spotted
But
25.
what's the path steep? Like if it was
Yeah.
it going uphill?
When we go, it was going uphill. When we come down, it was going downhill. It was.
I would rather think that if you went to the top of the path, you would have trouble breathing.
No.
Yeah, as
It was full of air, yeah? It was full of oxygen, I mean.
how high was it exactly?
How would I know? I can't measure a mountain with an inch
Okay, okay. Now listen to another
I'm saying
pastime.
that on mountains.
Can we listen to another pastime? So the gopis, sometimes would dress up Yashoda Maiya, like make a nice braid and put her new gold ornaments and rubies and everything, decorate her hair and everything. And Krishna would see that the gopis are dressing up his mother. So what he would do, he would ask the gopis to leave leave my mom, leave my mother. And he would start dressing up his mother. And you know, he wouldn't know.
With mud?
No, with the jewels, right?
Okay.
Like
And
he
not
would
with
place the
mud.
earrings somewhere here. You know, he would misplace the earrings and misplace all the jewelry because he doesn't know how to dress up, right? How to dress up his mother. So he would put the whatever has to be on the head, the jewelry for the forehead, he would put on her neck, and you know, misplace all the jewelry. But Mother Yashoda used to love all this, you know, that her child is dressing her up. So these kind of things the gopis also used to enjoy watching. You know, they would always watch Krishna doing all these sweet things. And then Krishna had one major quality or disquality, but it is actually a quality because he's God. Whatever he does is actually a quality of his. He would love stealing butter. And we have so many pastimes of his
But lots
doing makhan chori.
But,
Okay.
but lots of people.
Favorite pastime.
That is one of his favorite things that he would do. And one day
Yashoda Maiya caught him and
Yeah.
actually scolded him.
many times she would caught. One day he was stealing butter, okay, and Mother Yashoda came there, and you know what he's saying, he wants to hide, okay, but he can't hide because he's right in front of Mother Yashoda. So he's saying, see mother, you have put so many bangles on me, I'm feeling so hot, so I've put my hand in butter so that I can feel a little cold, so that I can feel a little cool. So Mother Yashoda said, okay, you're feeling tired, you're feeling heavy and you're feeling warm, let me remove all these bangles from your hand. And then she removed all the bangles from Krishna's hand, placed him on her lap, and then fed him butter. Because Mother Yashoda also knows that, you know, that my child is lying to me. But because he's so innocent and he has such nice sweet way of talking, that Mother Yashoda would be filled with motherly love all the time for him. Okay, and then one day actually Mother Yashoda saw him stealing butter, and you know, he was stealing butter and there was a jeweled pillar in front of him and he could see his reflection, and Krishna is talking to his reflection and he's saying, hey you greedy boy, you've come to my house to steal butter, don't do this. You know, if Mother Yashoda or my brother Balaram catches you, then you will be in trouble. And he himself is eating and he's talking to this reflection. And simultaneously Mother Yashoda comes, and simultaneously Balaram also comes and says, look, Balaramji says, look Mother Yashoda, now we've caught him red-handed. Now what excuse can he have? So now Krishna is still saying in his very sweet voice, he's saying, no, it is not me who is stealing butter. Actually, this boy who's inside this pillar, behind the pillar, he's hiding. And he's the one who's stealing butter. I told him not to steal, but he's still stealing. He's not listening to me. Mother Yashoda, please catch hold of him. And Mother Yashoda was so full of love with him because, you know, when a small child talks, he talks in a very sweet way. So Mother Yashoda actually picked him up and kissed him and again gave him more butter to have. And she said, but why are you stealing? This is your own house. Why are you stealing in your own house? We have so many cows. We have 9 lakh cows. You can enjoy this butter. This is all meant for you. But Krishna loved to steal still. Because
But stealing is not good.
But
That means
with this stealing, you know what is he stealing?
If you steal,
It kind of puts it's like kind of putting mistake in his wife. God is stealing butter.
but if he steals butter, then everybody will follow him and steal butter.
You know what is actually Krishna? What actually Krishna is doing? Krishna is not interested in butter. He is actually, when he's doing these pastimes now, lot of love and devotion is being shared by his devotees with him. They are falling in love with him. So he's actually stealing their heart. They want our heart to become as soft as butter. He wants to steal our heart. He's not interested in a material butter. He's the Lord of the universe. What is butter for him? He has everything and he has it in unlimited ways. He doesn't need our butter. He wants to steal our heart. He wants to have a place in our heart where we don't think of anything, we don't remember anything, we don't like anything, we only like him, we only love him.
Yeah.
This is what he likes. This butter is just a bahana, it's just an excuse. You know, with this butter, he did so many pastimes with gopis who fell in love with him, who served him, who were in full devotion to him.
Yeah, when
Right?
I was living in.
So we should not make this connection. Oh, he's a thief. He's trying to steal our heart, not the butter. Okay.
Himash, what are you saying?
Yeah, singer, when I was living in Jaipur, I was living in Jaipur, there was, what do you call that, there was a festival of Krishna, and in that festival, there was a matka hung up there, and it was filled up with butter, and the smallest kid there need to go up and break that. So I remember climbing up and breaking it.
That's amazing. See, so many things are happening in our culture now, no? It's
what did
become
you
part of
climb
our
up?
culture.
Humans.
Yeah.
No,
He made a pyramid of.
Yeah. Even in
Yeah.
Ganesh.
Yeah.
So in different cities there are different, like Maharashtra they have Ganesh Chaturthi and they climb up and do. Also in Janmashtami in Ahmedabad they do this quite a bit.
Yeah, not Jaipur and
Ahmedabad. Okay. But wrap up.
When I was
So
really
then, just one last pastime we can discuss. Now Krishna is growing up a little bit. He wants to go out and play with his friends. But when he's going out, he's wandering deep into the forest. So Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maiya, they are getting a little worried about him because he's very small. And if he goes into the forest, there are wild animals. So all the parents are always protective of their children. So Yashoda Maiya is telling Nanda Maharaj that Krishna even leaves behind Balaram because Balaram is older than Krishna. So Balaram ji used to protect Krishna, used to take care of him. But he, in his playful mood, he forgets everything and he goes deep into the forest and he leaves Balaram ji also behind. So we must now keep a personal servant for Krishna so that the personal servant can actually see where he is going and keep an eye on him. So they decided, okay, Krishna can go out to play with his friends, but there'll be some gopas, some servants to actually keep an eye and take care of where he's going and what he's doing. So now what happened every morning, because Krishna now has started to go into the forest now gradually he's going to start herding the cows, taking the cows to the forest. Now what happens every morning when Krishna gets up, all of his friends come and Krishna comes out of his palace of Nanda Maharaj's house and then they have a meeting and then they leave. It's almost like a king coming out and meeting his ministers. And then they decide, okay, today we are going to go to this particular forest and we are going to play here. So, and the demigods would watch Krishna playing with mitti, because he loved Vraj. Vraj means Vrindavan's mitti, the mitti of Vrindavan, and he would love to play with that, and it's very nice. It's very nice to play in nature. So he would love to play.
Also.
Yeah, and he would roll in the Raman Reti. He would roll because the sand.
Papa lost his wallet at the Raman.
Yeah, because the sand is very soft there. So, and the demigods would watch, and he said, "Look at him. He's Krishna. He's the supreme personality of Godhead. And look, he's playing with dirt. So, but this is how Krishna would enjoy and love and have these reciprocations."
I also like to play in
Sand.
sand, but I'm actually allergic to it.
Yeah. So if you have any questions now, you can ask those questions.